Hello friends, welcome to YouTube channel Dr. Vet. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor Head, Veterinary Medicine. We have already seen two parts of acariasis or mange in cattle. Disease is very much important because it is commonly occurring in cattle and buffaloes. In part 3, we will study choreoptic mange. In part 1, we have studied sarcoptic mange. In part 2, we have studied sauroptic mange. Part 3 is on choreoptic mange. We'll study the etiology, transmission, clinical science, diagnosis, and treatment of important ectoparasitic disease, choreoptic mange. Sarcoptic mange is very common. We have seen sauroptic mange. It is a rare condition, but choreoptic mange is also frequently occurring. There are various synonyms: leg mange, foot and tail mange, symbiotic mange, Barnage. The leg mange because the disease starts from the leg, especially pastern region. So disease starts from the leg and it affects mostly the leg. That's the name is given leg mange. Foot and tail mange from the leg. The infection progress and spread even to the perineal region, udder and tail also. So name is given foot and tail mange. Symbiotic mange because these mange are not burrowing mange, but they feed on the skin scales and skin material. But they are not burrowing one, symbiotic. They are not very much harmful, but they are harmful also. They cause great itching. The fourth name, barn itch. Though these parasites are not burrowing, but it causes intense pruritus or scratching, irritation. So animal go on scratching because of this pruritus and irritation. Go on scratching. So name is given barn itch because of the pruritus. Etiology of the choreoptic mange. Name of the species is Coreoptes bovis or Coreoptes taxonus. The species of Coreoptes are not host specific. The others are host specific, but these Coreoptes are not host specific. Coreoptes bovis can be found in any domestic animals and even horses also and present throughout the world. So it is not a host specific. And very important thing is that this parasite Coreoptes bovis live on skin surface. They are not burrowing. They are not burrowing in the skin, but they lie on the surface of the skin. The Sarcoptes are burrowing. The Sauroptes are not much burrowing. And this disease is not a zoonotic. Transmission of disease is same as that of the other acariasis by direct contact of infested animal and transmit to the healthy animal and indirect contact with contaminated fomites and housing materials, clothes, utensils, instruments may transmit the disease. We see here the clinical findings. Clinical findings are very characteristic for the diagnosis of disease. Coreoptes bovis likely feed on the sloughed skin cells and surface debris. They are not burrowing, but they feed on dead skin cells which are sloughed and surface debris. While feeding, the Coryptus bovis irritate the host skins, and due to irritation, there is itching, and the animal continuously rub the body parts to the rough walls, rough surfaces, poles, and other projections into the barn. So it is called as barn itch. It causes great irritation. Irritation to such an extent that by scratching there is abrasions because of the constant scratching rubbing, and due to scratching and rubbing and due to abrasions there is sloughing of the skin cells, and this Coryptus bovis feed on these rough skin cells and surface debris. This is how the animal gets fed. Most cattle are subclinically infested. They cause allergic dermatitis, exudative dermatitis. Here the exudative is due to scratching and rubbing. These parasites are mildly pruritic, so that animal tempted to scratch and rub. And characteristic dermatitis lesion observed is flaky dermatitis. Here the parasites are feed on the sloughed skin cells and surface debris. But because of this irritation, there is scratching and rubbing. More and more skin cells are sloughed and more skin debris is generated, and the Coryptes bovis get the food. The lesion includes nodules, papules, crust, and ulcers. Again, not only because of the parasite, but the parasite causing pruritus, it makes the animal to scratch or rub the skin against rough surfaces, and they also help to produce such lesions, nodules, papules, crust, and ulcers. So both things help each other to produce flaky dermatitis and seriousness of the disease. We continue the clinical findings. Characteristic lesions are produced. The lesions are typically the lesions are typically begun at the pastern region of the leg, and so the disease is named as leg mange. These lesions spread up upper part of the legs also. From pastern region, the disease starts spreading to the upper part of the leg. It may invade the udder, may spread to the scrotum in male. It involves the tail and perineal region. So the disease is named as foot and tail mange. The skin portion become very thickened, and thickened patches of the skins are observed, especially on the hind parts of the body. There is self trauma and alopecia again because of the scratching and rubbing of the parts of the animal with the rough surfaces. The lesions and clinical signs appear mostly in the winter regions. That is, most of the mange diseases are flourish in winter regions, and there is spontaneous regression or cure during the warmer months, summer months. This is true for all mange diseases, that mange diseases flourish, spread very fast in winter region, and they spontaneously regress or reduction in disease, especially in the summer month. The choreoptic mange is less pathogenic than sarcoptic mange and zoonotic mange in cattle, but it produces a serious disease because of the pruritus. Otherwise, choreoptic mange is not much serious and it is less pathogenic. Diagnosis is the same as that of the other mange. Collect the skin scraping, collect the deep skin scraping, and collection of material should be from the active margins. If you collect from the other places, you will not get the parasite. So collection of skin material or scratching or scraping must be from the active margin of the lesions, because from that place the clinician can get the parasites or any pathogenic material. Then wrap this material into the paper and examine under the microscope by digestion of 10% NaOH solution. So microscopic examination and demonstration of this choreoptic mange is the confirmatory diagnosis for this choreoptic mange. If you need for further diagnosis, take help of the parasitologist for morphological identification of the mice. Sometimes if you diagnose the disease because clinical pattern of involvement of the pastern, spread of the disease to the up to the hind leg, involvement of the udder, involvement of the perineum, and involvement of the tail. These characteristics suggest that this is a choreoptic mange. So clinicians start giving the treatment, and if there is drastic response to the treatment, that is also the diagnosis. Coming to the last aspect, treatment of choreoptic mange. As usual with the other manges, we are using acaricidial compounds. Remember friends, acaricidial drugs or compounds are very toxic. So dose, schedule, and how to apply, how long to apply, and how to apply, and where to apply, this all instruction must be strictly followed according to the instruction or suggestions of the manufacturer, because these drugs are very toxic. Various formulations are available, injectable drugs, pour on doses where the clinician can or farmer can pour the drug on the wither and back of the animal, then it will be absorbed to the skin and drug can work for this acaricide or for the mange. There are dips or cattle dipping warts can be prepared, and for the mass treatment this dip also can help. The water tank can also help for depopulation of this acariasis. Various spraying solutions are also available, oral preparations are also available. So this disease is not difficult to treat. Sometimes when the disease is serious and there are likely chances that there may be infection because there is constant pruritus, there is scratching, there is rubbing, so there is injury, abrasion on the skin of the animal. So antibiotic treatment is also required to inhibit the secondary bacterial infection. Friends, ac- acariasis and mange diseases are very important, frequently occurring in the field. Share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students. For the growth of this channel, requested to subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for observing this video.